whatever you want. I know you couldn't hear me. First of all, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to share with everyone what we live over there. And I am totally unprepared. So I'm gonna, you have to bear with me. I'm just gonna speak whatever comes to mind that I experienced over there. And one of the things that I told Janet is that I didn't know what I was gonna talk about, and I just wanted to, I actually ended up writing this tiny paper, so this will remind me of a few things. But it was truly a great experience, first of all. It totally did change our lives. Although I never admitted that. She said, it changed our lives. I'm like, no, it didn't. I just learned a few things. But it totally did. I have to admit that it was truly a blessing to be able to be there and share so much with the girls. And I'm just going to go over a few things that happened. Our first thing was, and I think it's the reason I'm going, I would love to give everyone the whole story, but it's 3 weeks and it's so much, and it's funny because no matter how I put it, and I want to share in a way that everyone can actually feel what we felt, that's never going to happen. So, but we did, our first thing that we experienced was the arrival to Africa, which was very interesting, because the more you prepare here and you say, okay, I know where I'm going to, I'm going to be fine, this is going to be great, and I know that I have everything here, and over there it's going to be different. So, I can adjust to that quickly. That's not a problem. And then you arrive to an airport that doesn't look like an airport. And you're like, oh my God, where am I? And I remember we just looked at each other and we're just waiting there in immigration, a long line. We were on the plane for so long, we were so tired, we just wanted to go to sleep. And once we go through that, it was great that we were together, because I don't think I would have ever been able to do that alone, ever. So once we go through that, we just finally meet, who we need to meet, and we need, wherever they take us, and we sleep. But it's funny because when you wake up the next morning, you realize, wow, I'm not home. I'm in this place, and we're gonna do something great, and we just wanna, we wanted to go fast then, because we want to get to meet the girls, because that's what we went there for. And no, we got there on a Thursday. We wouldn't be able to meet the girls until Monday. So we got to Accra, and then we had to sleep there overnight because we got there at nighttime. And then we ended up going the next day to Tamale, which is a smaller northern side of Africa in Ghana. And I just have to say that when you look at it from the plane, this is beautiful, or this is beautiful. And once you get there, you are in shock, because even though you try to prepare yourself, you're like, oh my God, what is this? Like, where did I arrive? And the first, I think it took us 4 days to really feel okay, because we weren't when we got there. It was like, I think I just want to go back home. Even though the people are very nice, they were wonderful. I fell in love with the whole community, because that's one thing that I learned after. After 4 days, you get used to it. You start meeting them, you start walking, and you meet the people. And that was what impressed me the most. How nice they were. How you just get up and you just do what you have to do. We knew that all these girls and all these families got up really early in the morning, and then go work, go sell whatever, it had to be sold. And it wasn't until
just, it wasn't like a 5 or 8 hour, work day. They're there on the night time. Because I remember going at night to bring another volunteer to a bus stop, and I was watching the people that were there selling things, because obviously they know that that's where the bus stop, so that's a good spot to sell whatever they need to sell. And I just see the little girls, and I'm talking about probably they were babies, 9, 10, and they're so tired, they just fall asleep next to their sisters and mothers on a bench. And you're watching, and the parents will wake them up, for whatever, oh, go get some change. And they're just tired, and they've been doing that all day. And it just breaks your heart. And you just watch. And that's one thing that also I got to get used to. I had to respect the culture, because there was a lot of things that you didn't agree with. You were like, why are they doing that? So you have to respect that that's how they grew up, and that's how they do it. Um, After 4 days of being there, we actually finally met the girls, which was amazing, because this is a group of girls that voluntarily went on summertime to go to the school, because we went through, I didn't realize that we were going during summer for them, so this is summer school for them. So we only had 40 girls. We didn't have the 250 girls that actually go to the school. But these 40 girls, it was, they went because they wanted to for the summer. They weren't forced to go. And I love it because when we got there, you see them all coming to you, and they're like, oh, I want this teacher. I want her to be my teacher. No, I want her to be my teacher. And they're just beautiful. And the funny thing is that after you meet them, they become your friend right away. If they want to be with you 24/7, if they could go to where you're sleeping, and they will go. They ask you, actually, they say, Madame, because they call you Madame, and to the male volunteers, they'll say, Master. They say, Madame, can I go with you to where you live? I want to see your room. I want to see where you stay. So they're very open to asking things like that, but they are the most honest souls you could meet, because everything they do, they do it from the heart, and nothing has, you just feel it. Nothing there is like intentionally, like to get something out of you, or you give them a pencil, they'll return it at the end of the day, no matter how beautiful the pencil is. If they probably want to stay with it, they will give it back to you. They, in Ghana, it's important that the adults are, the children usually tend to help with everything around the house. They do absolutely everything. So as an adult, they're supposed to carry your things, no matter how heavy they are. So we will have a bag with books, and the girls are pulling the bags off our shoulders, and we're like, no, we will carry it. It's heavy. And they would just beg, no, we need to carry it, because here, if we don't do it, then it's disrespectful. So there you are in the spot that, like, you don't want this little girl to carry this bag, but if you don't give it to her, she's the one that's going to look bad in the village. So, she's going to be the disrespectful one that is not helping the adult. So you give her the bag, and then you're like right behind her trying to hold the bag. And it's just, there was a lot of little things that we just, we felt that, oh, it shouldn't be like this, but it was. And that's something that we have to work with, trying to really get used to, how, and respect how they do things. We met the girls on a Monday, and we worked Monday to Friday with them. And what we did was mostly lectures with them. We were in charge of picking up a story every day,